I'm walking, y'all, trying to save my feet and toes. I said I'm walking, y'all, trying to save my feet and toes. Cause if I stop walking, y'all, they cut me up until I'm just alone. I'm walking, y'all, trying to save my feet and toes. Yeah, I said I'm walking, y'all, trying to stay ahead of the sugar cane. If I stop walking, y'all, the cane gonna trip me up. Yeah, come walk with me and toes. Yeah, come walk with me. Save your feet and toes. Cause if I stop walking, y'all, the cut until the bone. Yeah, come with me and save your feet. Save your toes and feet. Cause when you walk with me, you can eat the food you want to eat. I'm walking, y'all, trying to get my feet and toes. Eyes and ears and nose. I said I'm walking. Not just trying to get my feet and toes. Eyes and ears and nose. So when I stop walking, y'all. Hey, great Ryan. Yes. Yes, thanks for coming on the walk, y'all. Thanks for coming on the walk. Get your mat, jump on your bike, get on your treadmill, then move the ancestors' food. I had a taste, I didn't have it, I know what happened, for watermelon. And I ordered slices. I thought, like, comment, share, tell uncle, tell a cousin, tell an uncle, tell a friend. So when it gets here, it's the size of watermelon. I don't want all this watermelon. I just had a little taste for it. Other plants work. So when the house, she gave me some slices. I gave it to them, and they took it around. So that's why they got watermelon. This is what you use Black History Time for. To connect the ancestors who always fight, but I know y'all. Okay. Hey, thanks for the love. So let's start the walk. We're gonna listen to Remembrance Later. We're gonna remember the voices of some of the ancestors that's here. Remember I told y'all I always have my own ancestors. The cult made me go to the ancestors. They said I was a bastard, my mother died, all kinds of stuff. And I was like, oh my goodness. So I kind of always started talking to the ancestors. And my mother at the time too, so I always spoke to her. Anyway, but I don't say anything because I was taught that only white people do that type of stuff. If you are an African American, a person of color, and you do stuff like that, then there's something wrong with you. I could never say, I was walking down the street and I know my mother, yeah, dead long time. I know she, and sure enough, but I couldn't say anything. They don't see me. Come on, let's remember it's like I have to put this. So it is our voices, as usual. The money goes to them. You think if y'all went and bought all this Remembering Slavery, that somehow it would go to a museum or would go to something for African Americans. It doesn't. It's just on record. And if it's sold, they make money. So if I use it, I have to use it for fair use. I only use it for the 15 minutes, and that's why I talk over it too. Because if not, they say I'm stealing, can you believe it? I'm stealing the voices of my ancestors and using them to help me. And you can't do that. So, okay, let me turn my song all the way down. Cut me up a do on just the nose. Okay, here we go. Thank you. Hey, Diane. We just walking in place, y'all. Ancestors are here. They don't want to be too much out of frame. I'm sure I turn this up.
Is made possible by major grants from the National Endowment for the Humanities, dedicated to expanding American understanding of human experience and cultural heritage, and the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, with additional support from the Southern Humanities Media Fund and the Academic Humanities Foundation.
We were slaves. We belonged to people.
See, the white folks would have church in the morning, then they let the colored people have church at their church and leave.
Because they realize it's better to put them in the cold and control them.
The Yankees come through.
Well, now, the tell me the year for no, they were free.
See, the master commission couldn't. He quit praying and then asked the Lord, have mercy on your master. Lord, have mercy on your master. So much sure was the
If I thought that I'd ever be a slave again, I'd take a run and just end it all away. Because you're nothing but a dog. You're no less thing but a dog.
That's how they treated. That's how they treated. You are the descendants of prisoners of war. We waged war in Europe, Spain, Italy, France, Germany. In prisoners of war. They found new land, shipped new land, England, United States, Spain, shipping. French survived. They had to wait to find out how to wound up in this situation. It's like if my father went to jail and had me, then I would be in jail. And all my children after me would still be in jail. 200 years since my father broke the law and was put in jail. And we have to suffer for what he did.
My name is Tania Stewart. When I was a little girl, about 5 or 6 years old, I used to sit on the garret, the front porch. In Mississippi Delta, the front porch is called a garret, and listen to Papa Dallas. He was blind and had these ugly scars around his eyes. One day I asked Papa Dallas, what happened to his eyes? Well, daughter, he answered, when I was mighty young, just about your age, I used to steal away under a big oak tree, and I tried to learn my alphabet so that I could learn to read my Bible. But one day,
The Bible's the only book he was allowed to have.
Turned me out on the plantation, and he called out for all the field hands, and he turned to him and said, let this be a lesson to all of you donkeys. You ain't got no right to learn to read. And daughter, he whooped me. And he whooped me. And he whooped me. And daughter, as if that wasn't enough, he turned around and burned my eyes out.
And they still in Congress. They finna fire y'all asses up in a minute.
Sleeping under the tree. But he called.
In the Senate.
Don't you cry for me now, daughter. Now you listen to me. I want you to promise me one thing. Promise me that you was gonna pick up every book you can and you was gonna
I taught my daughter to read at 4.5.
You see, today, daughter, ain't nobody gonna whoop you or burn your eyes out because you wanna learn to read. Promise.
They started putting lies in the books. That's when they changed it. They started putting lies in the books. Well, y'all want to read all these lies. Well, we left Ireland because there was no potatoes. You're fully surrounded by water. There's more fish. Not that they were sent to this country as overseers and police. They were the ships that brought the prisoners of war to America.
He and many others deserve to have their stories told.
That's their history.
In the late 30s,
The Scott-Irish too.
Federal and private agencies
Lies, and bumbling highs, them Hatfields and McCoys.
to document music and culture. Among those interviewed were Americans like Papa Dallas, who had been born into slavery and lived through the Civil War.
Cousins fight each other. Cousins fight each other. Stop making me wonder what the hell it is.
Their voices. In this program, you will hear parts of these original recordings and dramatic readings of some of the
The people in the North,
by actors Debbie Harris.
they didn't want enslavement. People in the South, they want enslavement. No. The South wanted to break off, and we would still be enslaved today.
Of their lives in bondage.
And they still trying to get you back in there.
To be a slave no more.
My name is Thompson Hughes. I was born in Charlottesville, Virginia. My grandfather
My
was
mother,
107.
Virginia. My father, South
My
Carolina.
grandfather was 115 years old when he died. And now I'm 101 years old.
The Fountain Hughes.
Y'all running to the doctors. They cut more shit out of you than they ever wanted to. Slap, 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 slap. Oh, come here, buddy. What's wrong with you? Let me shake you off and slice you off.
Talk about how old you are, and you,
Well,
how far back do you remember?
I said, things come to me in spells. I remember things more when I'm laying down than I do when I'm standing, when I'm walking around.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my boys live close to where they live now. Oh, you wore a dress like a woman, the red boys' pants. Boys wore dresses. Now, the boys wearing dresses. We ever?
Yeah,
You mean when I was a slave?
yeah, when you were a slave, who did you work for?
Well, I belonged
Belong to, he didn't say work. He tried to tell him I didn't work. I was a slave. They still don't get that. Who did you work for?
But we didn't know nothing. Just I was working on books.
Wasn't allowed to have no book.
Well, we was. And we all had, what you call, I may call it now, jail sentence. Just send them in jail. Now, I could go across the street, or I couldn't go to nobody's house that I had on no.
Okay? Who's gonna say, oh, you're free. You can't walk away. No, you couldn't. He's telling you you couldn't.
And I'll have to be back when I go over the center. So they give me that. We couldn't go in 6 hours, 2 hours, something like that. But they didn't know until we were around. And then when I come back, well, I said to my master, we get that to him. But I think it's all these else, like you said,
Descendants of prisoners of war. When the king left, when you ran the king out, why you didn't throw his cotton in the ocean? Why you didn't throw his sugar in the ocean? And why you didn't free his prisoners? The descendants of his prisoners. No, you wanted to start on master and sucking you off.
Oh, they had any bad news, something for the liver trade, what they call liver trade, and they shipped it down south, to something down south. But, otherwise, if you were a good person, they wouldn't serve you. If you were bad and mean, they didn't all beat you and knock you around, they sent you put to the water called a liver trade. They had a road wrong.
They sent you further down south with the cruelty. They're not going to tell you how they ate us. They ate Native Americans, but they won't tell you that.
$500.
Oh, we just run the Native Americans off. How we survived. They brought us turkey. No, you call them animals, just like you call us animals, and you eat animals.
James Earl Jones. Read.
The Scott-Irish eat animals. Go back in their history. A lot of animals look like humans. Go look at the Scott-Irish history. You ain't got to go by me.
1850. I was born in Orange County, North Carolina, near Hillsborough. I belonged to a man named Bob Hall. He was a widower. He had 3 sons, Thomas, Nelson, and Lambert. He died when I was 8 years old, and I was put on the block and sold in Nelson Hall's yard by the son of Bob Hall. I saw my brother and sister sold on the same plantation.
They did nothing. They were descendants, like we are, of prisoners of war of the King of England.
I was bought by a Negro.
Y'all better look out for them Guantanamo Island people, because you see, if any children being made on Guantanamo,
my mother and father goodbye. I was bought and sold 3 times in one day.
5 generations have been born on Guantanamo. For all you know, they still down south. They don't need Mexicans. We got the descendants of the prisoners of war in Guantanamo Bay, and we're going to use their kids to pick the vegetables, to pick the fruit, and to pick the cotton and sugar.
Owners to buy me, and they asked Long to put me on the block again. Long did so and named his price. But when he learned who had bid me off, he backed down. Later in the day, he put me on the block and named another.
Sorry, y'all. I only do 15, y'all know. Because this is our word break. Save your toes and feet. Yeah, I said come walk with me. Save your toes and feet. 'Cause when you walk with me, you can eat the food you want to eat. I'm walking, y'all, trying to save my feet and toes. I said I'm walking, y'all, trying to save my feet and toes. 'Cause if I stop walking, y'all, the country I would do, I'm just a no. Yeah, I'm not back. Y'all know I'm on the West Coast with the ancestors. I've been trying to write my book, and they keep. Hey, thank you, Miss Anthony. Thank you so much. Yeah. So I wish I could put on the whole time, but we got the whole month. So I'm doing 15 minutes. I don't want them striking my stuff. Already Facebook taking my stuff and putting it in the bottom of the barrel. Y'all gotta go down there with a microscope. Yes. That's our ancestors. That's what Black History Month is. To connect with your ancestors. You have them. You have them. Now, y'all know I was down south for 5 years. And my mother died when I was young, and I always talked to her. She had directed me to the fact that I'm standing here right now, and the other ancestors, but I could never say anything. I used to guess who was calling me before I even heard a voice. I wouldn't say anything, because in the cults, what I was doing was evil. Only white folks is supposed to be able to do that. So I ain't saying nothing. I can't talk bad about us. I can't talk bad about mothers, even when I was small. They used to have those, your mama's so big, your mama. I would stand on the sidelines and cry. It hurt me so much. I couldn't understand. But I couldn't join in. They used to laugh at me all the time at work. I couldn't attack my co-workers. They're not the reason what the problem's going on. It's the top to the top. They still try to get me to do jury duty, even every time I keep telling them, ain't no way I'm gonna put that man in jail. Because it's y'all who did it. Whatever fucked up he is, I know how it came about. I'm just glad I ain't falling in it. But it's there. It's there. So I never said anything. All my plays, even when I used to send my plays out, they used to like, well, you know, you need a drug addict that can barely make it. Well, you need, I need low, no low level, whole money, gang stuff. So I know my ancestors. I can't really write that. I can't. That ain't what I want to be writing on it. I can't. So I wrote a play about AIDS. I figured I would do it in the AIDS epidemic. A family adopting a baby that had tested positive for HIV, took it out the hospital and brought it to their fine home in the suburbs. Then it went over. African Americans like it, but the white men said, you gotta have them there like when they're crying, like woo, 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 woo. I was like, woo, I can't do woo, 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 woo. I don't know. My mother say, well, the Lord Jesus, and it's totally acceptable. Yep. When they say, how do you know how to do that? I want to say, well, because the answer. I said, it's Lord. They said, yep. I'm walking around here. I wish I could show you all these fabric softener things that I got stuffed all over. I have been walking around here shopping. Any metal, anything. I said, pop, 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 pop. I'm jumping. Pop, 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 pop. Whew. I had to hurry up and get fabric softener. I had to sprinkle all the carpeting. I have to put fabric softener in my house because still I am popping when I touch stuff. I get and metal is all over here. This whole place is full of metal. So I have to stay stuffed. Now, when I was small, it used to happen to me, and I used to go around touching stuff like that. They used to say, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that car? Because I couldn't just take the knob and grab it. It would pop back on me. I grabbed that door here, whew, and thought this thing spray would go off on its own. That's the voltage I get back. I don't know how it happens. It's happened all my life. My daughter used to be so mad. She used to say, "Mommy, why do you have to spray my stuff with wet, with sweaters and stuff like that?" Because I could go to pick her up, and you can almost see the lightning coming from us. So I used to get the fabric softener and spray, and spray it. Even to this day, I still do that. Now, maybe it's something, but from what I've been told, if you is African American and that kind of stuff happens to you, you are devil possessed, evil, waddling in the bowels of hell. So I always kept my mouth shut. But I would go to some people's house I didn't know to. My mother was like, "What's over there? What's over there?" Because they had carpet. And even when I put my foot down, it's like I could see the little electrical things come up. So I didn't want to go in. And then I would go, I literally pop, pop, they hand me that pop, sit on the couch, pop, 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 pop. So come on, I'm going to their house. But it didn't happen to them. It didn't happen to them. So I kept saying, "It must be something wrong with you." So that's where we stand. I pull, pop, 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 pop. So I have fabric softeners here, fabric softener on my shirt, and still I spray it. I take the downy and I do like this, I do like that, and still I'm popping all over. I just try to find me a place to sit down. I don't want no more popping. But I put so much fabric softener and stuff around that it's getting a little easier. But when I first came here, this house lit my ass up. It's not an understatement. Now, maybe everybody has that. I don't know. But I know that in the cult world, all that stuff is devil stuff. Only white people can send sparks from the tips of their fingers. So I wouldn't say nothing. Maybe when it's a big one and like somebody's near me and they can even hear it. And I'll tell them, they say, "Pop!" And they say, "Oh, Vicki, did you see that?" And I say, "Yeah, did you see that?" And I'll be so glad. Because I was like, whew, at least I ain't the only one. But we're not allowed to have that. Only white people have that. And that's why Black History Month, I remember it was Black History Week. That's when I did all the Harriet Tubmans and stuff like that. But when it came to month and Kwanzaa, the ancestors, and not the ones that you know. I always had ones up there. I had other books of stories of the descendants of the prisoner of war Moors and other people. They already told me what I know now in life, they didn't find out till death. And I remember my mother asking me, "Why is this going on?" Oh, hold on. Oh, I didn't bring my weight, sorry. My mother used to say, "Well, why do they do us like that? Why you can't get no job? Why you can't?" And then 40 years later, maybe 30, my friend Irma, she said, "Vicki, I don't understand. What did we do to them? What? What?" And if they was here today, I would say, "Mommy, you ain't do nothing to them." The ancestors were brought here as prisoners of war. They fought Europe. They fought Spain, Portugal, England, France, Germany, Italy. We fought them. And there was times we ruled them. But for everyone they caught and made a prisoner of war, they sent over here to the penal colonies. The king did. And the king of Spain did. And king of Portugal did. They sent us all prisoners of war. Who was here as Hattie Rose police, they came over our ancestors, our prisoner of war ancestors, and when they didn't get rid of the king for no tea, that's another one of them bullshit stories. They wanted the king's cotton, sugar, and enslaved. Well, to the king, it was descendants of the prisoner of wars. But they didn't. They just kicked out the king. Oh, they kept the gold. They kept the cotton. They kept the sugar. And they kept the descendants of the prisoner of war, Moor, and other African warriors who fought Europe. Then after they kicked out the king, the Hatfields and McCoys, they drafted a constitution that said all born here are free, all humans born here are free. And then the Hatfield and McCoys labeled us chattel. Chattel. So we would not have the benefit of having birthrights. That's what those low-life, scallywag scumbags did, and they're still in the Congress and the Senate doing it to you. Ancestors say, Diaspora Americans Progressive Political Party. Hey, that war goes by so fast, y'all. So fast.
Close my stuff over here.
Like, comment, share. Tell an uncle, tell an auntie, tell a cousin, tell a friend. Find out the truth for Black History Month. Not just what they telling you. Descendants of the prisoner of war, Moor, and other people. Let's get it together. They should come on the walk. From the West. I'm coming to you live from the West. Like, comment, share. Tell an uncle, tell an auntie, tell a cousin, tell a friend, and I'll see you on Monday. Have a great weekend.
Come walk with me. Say